There's a lot of content circulating the internet talking about how the ketogenic diet is powerful for the brain. But I haven't seen a single piece of content that truly explains what's happening in your brain and why you feel so clear and why you have such awesome cognitive ability while you're on a ketogenic diet. I want to break down the science. But first off, I have to help you understand really quick what is happening when you're in ketosis. And if you've heard this before, just bear with me for about 20 seconds. The ketogenic state is when your body is no longer utilizing carbohydrates as a primary source of fuel, so the liver starts creating ketone bodies. We're talking about acetoacetate, beta-hydroxybutyrate, and acetone. These ketone bodies are a backup to carbohydrates because your body is deprived of them. So that would typically mean that our body is always using ketones when we're in this state. But believe it or not, the body still uses glucose quite a bit. In fact, even when you are deep in ketosis, your brain is only getting 75% of its energy from ketones. It's still getting 18 to 25% of its energy from glucose. So don't be mistaken, even when you're in ketosis, your body is still finding a way to create blood sugar and have glucose in the system no matter what. We will always have glucose demands. When you're in ketosis, it's not an inverse relationship with ketones and glucose. Your ketone levels don't go up and your glucose levels don't plummet. Okay, you'll never be at zero glucose unless you're dead. So you're still going to be in that healthy range of glucose that you need. Your body's just creating it one way or the other. However, when you're in ketosis, you can make it so that ketones are the preferential form of energy. And in this case, we're talking about the brain. So when it comes down to the brain, we have to understand the brain and the mitochondria. See, the mitochondria is the energy powerhouse inside of a cell. It's what allows us to create energy, what literally allows us to create power within the body and every single cell. So what we have to know is how ketones affect the mitochondria. You see, ketones, like beta-hydroxybutyrate, end up eliciting a lot more of a response than glucose does inside the mitochondria. There is more energy per unit of oxygen combined with a ketone than there is energy that is created when oxygen combines with glucose. So therefore, when you have ketones present in the brain and you breathe in and you get oxygen in, you create more energy per unit than you would with glucose. This means the mitochondria has literally become more efficient. It creates more power. But it doesn't stop there. You see, what's really interesting is studies are starting to show that we can actually increase the amount of mitochondria within our brain. So we're not just getting more efficient, we're creating more of the mitochondria as well. Visualize it like this. You have a power plant. I like to think of Homer Simpson at the nuclear power plant falling asleep. Very inefficient, just causing chaos. Okay? So you've gone from a cruddy little power plant into a very efficient power plant that actually works. Okay, that's step one. But now you've taken this efficient power plant and you've multiplied it. You've created more of them. So you went from decrepit facility to functioning facility to multiple functioning facilities. That's how your brain is working and why you feel so clear. According to the Journal of Molecular Brain Research, it was actually found that ketone bodies increased the amount of actual gene expression that occurred with mitochondrial enzymes in the brain. What this means is that there is scientific proof that our genetic makeup changes in our brain, allowing us to create more mitochondria. It was also found, as a side note, that there was a lot more energy in the hippocampus portion of the brain, which means that we had a lot more energy going to the right area of the brain that dictates what other portions of the brain do. Thereby, we had increased cognition. The next thing we have to look at is reactive oxygen species. You see, reactive oxygen species is just a rogue oxygen cell. A rogue oxygen cell that has a single electron that flows around through the body, causing chaos with different proteins and other parts of the body. Think of it like this, a pinball machine. The pinball is a reactive oxygen species. It's bouncing around the pinball machine, hitting everything, lighting it up, making them vibrate, making them flash, making noises, just causing chaos. That pinball is the reactive oxygen species. The rest of the pinball machine is your body. It's causing chaos within your body. Well, guess what? Ketone bodies not only inhibit the production of reactive oxygen species, but they also stimulate the breakdown and the excretion of them by stimulating what is called glutathione peroxidase. So when we have more glutathione in the body, our body has a natural ability to get rid of the reactive oxygen species, which means it's not killing brain cells. It's not reacting with proteins. It's not reacting with other enzymatic functions in the brain, allowing us to think clearer. Next up, we have what is known as the glutamate to GABA conversion process. You see, in a healthy human body, someone would convert glutamate into GABA. Now, what does that mean? Glutamate is something that is very excitatory in the brain. It causes a lot of chaos. It causes anxiety. It causes energy in the brain. GABA is the opposite. It allows you to relax, allows you to process information in a very calm, collected way. Normally, in a healthy body, any excess glutamate stuff that would normally make you anxious, would get converted into GABA to help you balance out and find that homeostasis. Unfortunately, our bodies are typically so unhealthy, especially in the Western world, that process doesn't work very well. But in the state of ketosis, it's been found that ketones help that conversion process. It literally helps the excess glutamate convert into GABA and also increases GABA receptors, which means your brain becomes a lot more able to become calm, which is extremely powerful. So now you can have heightened energy in the brain while remaining calm. Makes you totally lethal because you can think clear, but you can also remain calm. According to a study that was published in Trends in Neuroscience, it was actually found that ketones that were present in the body inhibited brain cells' ability to accept glutamate. So the brain was now able to just shut the door to glutamate, meaning that that excitatory glutamate that would normally cause all this chaos and anxiety wasn't even allowed in. It's like not letting a burglar into your house. You're not able to let the excitatory component into your brain. So that's 3 ways that ketones help the brain. Now, of course, we have all the power that can come with different fats, different kinds of ketones, and we can talk about that another day. But this is the general breakdown of how ketones affect your brain. And if you have any ideas for future videos on this topic, make sure to hit them in the comment section below. Always read through those, and that's how I find ideas for awesome videos. See you in the next one.
Di BINARAGA.NET, kami selalu percaya bahwa setiap orang pasti bisa memiliki tubuh yang ideal dan sehat. Dengan subscribe, like, dan share video ini, Anda turut membantu membangun Indonesia sehat dan kuat. Salam jelas fitness, saya JP.